Hi everyone, good morning. I hope you're able to hear me. Can anyone please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So in the last session, we have seen how we can write a function inside a function, and we have completed text functions to get the first name, last name, and middle of the text. We have seen, and we also started talking about date function. We also started about talking about the date functions, and we have seen few of the date functions, like how we can get the year, how we can get month and day number, and so on. We have seen it, and even we have seen how we can add the date add function, and date add, like if you wanted to add 1 month to the current date, how we can add it, that we have seen with the help of date add function. The date diff function also we came across it. In order to find the difference between two dates, we have to specify what date it is, the starting date, and we have to specify the ending date, and then we need to see how difference is getting it. So we have seen the difference in the form of years, we have seen the difference in the form of months, and how we can convert that number of months into number of years by using this division and rounding. We have seen it. Apart from this, there are few more date functions also is there to handle the date, that I'm just going to take you through here. And today I'm going to talk about the very first function is date part. The first function is a date part function. So this date part is used to get the part of the date. So it is used to get the part of the date in the form of numbers. In the form of numbers, it is going to get it. Write a SQL code to get the year from the current date. So same to same, last time we have used the function called year to get the current year or year from the date. Now I wanted to get the same year from the current date, but not with the year function. I wanted to use the date part function. So if you want to get it, how we are going to write a SQL code, let me write it here. Select. I'm just going to say current get date as current date and time. Let's say current date is enough. Now I wanted to get the year from this current date. So I can use the year also. This one also we have seen. I'm just giving one. Now this time I wanted to use the date part. Date part of get date as current year 2. So the value of this and the value of this is going to get the same. You can use the year function and you can also use the date part function. Let's execute it. Let me connect. Let's execute. Get date part syntax. So this date part, what it is asking here, date part, it is asking an interval. So I did not specify the interval. Because of that reason, it is having syntax error, and date part function requires 2 arguments. So the first argument I have to give here is year. I wanted to get the year from this current date and time. Let's execute now. You can see both values are having same values. So current year 1 is 2021 is having, and current year 2 also is having same 2025. Write a SQL statement to get the current year and current month, current day. So all these three together, I wanted to get it with the help of date part function. Let me show you. Select. get date as current date. Now I wanted to get the date part. I wanted to get the year from the date part. So we already seen the date part. Let's take the year from get date as current year. And I wanted to get the current month also, right? So what I need to use is same function. I can use date part. I wanted to get the month from the get date as current month. Date part. Now I wanted to get the day, get date as current day. Let's execute it. Now you can see current date is there and current year, current month, current day. So today is the 6th, so it is showing 6. Current month is 1, first month, so it is showing 1. Year is 2025. The same thing that we can also do with the help of date name function. With the help of date name function, we can also do that. A date name function also is used to get the date name also is used to get the part of the date and time. But this function date part returns the number. Date part is always going to return the number, and date name is always going to return in the form of text. So in the form of text, it is going to return. Same to same syntax, only the name of the function is going to change. So it is used to get the part of the date in the form of text. Write a SQL statement to get the current year, current month, current day, and current day name. So same to same query, I'm just going to take a copy and paste it here. So in place of date part, I'm just going to say date name. Just observe what it is going to give. Previously, it has given numbers. Now you can see here, this is not a number. This is a text. Okay, so if the value is left aligned, that is a text. And if it is aligned to the right, then it is a number. Now here you can see current month, previously it was 1. Now it is showing January. And here it is a 6. So day number is always going to be number, even if it is a text. So it is going to show like that. Write a SQL statement to get the year, quarter, month, week number from hire date. Now this time I wanted to get all these parts from the employee table by using the date name function. Just observe. Select from employee. Select from employee, and from employee I wanted to get the year. I wanted to get the year. Year is what? Year of, let's go with year of hire date. I'm just taking mixed functions as year. And quarter. So quarter, I'm just going to take date name. Quarter and hire date as quarter. And then month is required. I'm just going to take date name, same month from hire date as month. And week number, same date name I'm taking. Week and hide it as week and year. Just try to execute this statement and see the result. You can see it. But I wanted to say, I wanted to have a Q1, Q2, something like this. So if you want to have something like this, then definitely what you have to do is here quarter is coming in this place. So I'm already having 4, 1, 1, something like this. So if I keep the Q, then it is going to be added to this Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, something like that. So that means this is a text value. This quarter is a text value. I wanted to concatenate my Q to this value. So if you want to do that, what you can do is I wanted to say we can use concatenate operator to concatenate two text values, and you can also use the concat function. We already know about the concat function, so I'm just taking a concat operator. Two texts you can join. Now if we execute it, you can see how these values are there here. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, something like that, it is coming. And week also you can give, you don't know if you show directly number, what you can do is WK hyphen week number, we can give it. And even this one also, we can give hyphen, but you can keep it as it is like this. But when it comes to the week, I'm just going to give WK hyphen plus. Now we can just give week, so that people can understand easily this is a week 51, and you can also write complete full name week or WK, whatever it is that you can take it as per your requirement. So you need to understand how the business wants to see the data in the report or in the downstream system, whatever it is. So if you consider the report, then you have to think about in this report perspective. Okay, so this is about how we can use the date name function. And write a SQL statement to display employee number, employee name, hire date, and short month name. So short month name, I wanted to get it. I don't need the complete month name. I wanted to get short month name. Along with that, I have to display employee number, employee name, and so on. Let me say employee. Now here, I'm just going to take employee number, employee name, hire date, and short month name. So short month name, how we can get is by using date name function. Date name. I wanted to get the month. I wanted to get the month from what? From hire date. As single quote is not required here. Now just execute and see the result, how result is coming. So MON is not possible to bring it. This is going to give month number, month name, but I'm not expecting this. I'm expecting 3 characters of the month. I'm expecting 3 characters of the month. So to get the 3 characters of the month, what you need to do is I'm having already full length of the text, but I need first 3 characters only. So if I need first 3 characters, this entire result is this one. If we can give these values to the left function, we already talked about left function or substring function, anything is fine. I wanted to get the first three characters only. So if that is the case, then how you can do it? So I'm just going to give here, comma. The same thing I'm just taking. With substring function, let me try with left function first, left of. This entire thing is going to give the month name, comma. From here, I wanted to take three characters only as month one. Just take something like that or short month. Now you can see the result here. So month name in the form of three characters, I'm having it. The same thing I wanted to do with the substring function also. Just take the same thing, comma. I'm just going to say it is 2. Here I'm going to say substring. So starting character you have to specify from starting 1 and number of characters is 3 that we need to specify to get the first 3 characters. Now let's execute it. You can see the same result even here also. We're having very much similar result when you use the left function and when you use the substring function. Write a SQL statement to get how many number of days are completed by every employee. So I wanted to see how many number of days are completed by each and every employee. How can you identify that? So that I wanted to see. Select from employee. Select from employee. So from here, I wanted to take same employee number and employee name. And let's take hire date also. Now I wanted to know how many days are completed by each and every employee. To know that, we need to see the difference between two dates. So joining date and current date, we have to take it. Let's use the date diff function. Date diff, the difference I wanted to see in the form of days. In the form of days, I wanted to see in the difference. I guess day, let's see, day or days. I wanted to see the days between your hire date and current date, that is get date. Between these two dates, I wanted to see the difference as number of days completed. Let's execute it. Now you can see 2022 12/17 and 7369 is completed 751 days. 751 days are completed. So that is how it is going to be there. It's going to show the number of days between the 2 days. Write a SQL statement to subtract 10 days from the hire date. Just write a SQL statement. I wanted to subtract 10 days from the hire date. Select from employee. Employee number. Employee name. Hire date. And date, not date diff, we have to use date add because we have to subtract it. Date add. So I wanted to add day. And let's take how many number of days you wanted to subtract. I wanted to subtract -10. To which column? To hire date. as hire date minus 10. Now let's execute this. We already talked about this date add function. And if you pass positive number, it will be added. If you pass negative number, it will be subtracted. So here you can see 17 minus 10, 7. From here it is deducting 10 days and it is showing the date here. So date add is always going to show the date. Write a SQL statement to get the weekday name in the uppercase. So first get the weekday name. Then you can think about how we can get that into the uppercase. Select from employee. From here, I wanted to take the employee number, employee name, and hire date. And I wanted to get the weekday name. So date name we need to use because I'm expecting in the form of characters. So weekday, you have to specify. I list out all intervals. You can just go through that intervals and see. From here, I wanted to take a weekday name. Let me give the hire date here as weekday name. Just observe up to here. Now you can see weekday name is there in the form of characters, what day it is. Now I wanted to say this. I wanted to apply uppercase. I wanted to see in uppercase all these characters into uppercase. To see that into uppercase characters, we have a function called upper. Upper of text. We have a upper function to convert all the characters into uppercase. Convert into uppercase. And we have a lower function to convert into lowercase. So I'm just going to give this entire result to the upper function so that these values are going to be converted into uppercase. Just observe now. Now you can see. If you need first three characters, you can also take the first three characters with the help of left function. We already know that. If you need a short weekday name, then you can also get that. Okay, so till now, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, the very important thing that I'm just going to touch is data combining. So data combining is very, very, very important. We have seen the data from only one table, that is the employee table. We have seen only data from this table only. But I wanted to see the data from other tables. So if the business requirement demands to take the data from more than one table, then how exactly you're going to get it? So if you remember, we talked about this concept. We talked about this concept in the Power Query. What are the different types of joins we're having and how we are going to get it, that we have seen with the help of Venn diagrams. Just go through that session so that you can understand the concepts. So I don't want to take you through again the same concepts again. But how we can do it in a SQL, I'm going to talk about it so that we can save the time. So data combining, some people used to call it as a data combining, data joining, or data merging. All the terms are similar. All the terms are similar. So in Power Query, we used to call it as a data merging. And in general, we used to call it as a data combining. And when you go for data engineering, if there we can see both the data joining and data merging will be there. Okay, so the concept is same and the approach that we are going to do is little different, but end result across all the places is going to be 100% the same. If you do data combining in SQL Server gives the result, the same result you can also see in the Databricks, I mean in the data engineering side, and the same result you can also see in the Power BI. Wherever you are going to see the result across all the tools, all the services is very much similar. So as we discussed about already, uh, the basics of data combining that we already discussed theoretically. So I'm just going to do it at a higher level here. Let's see. So data combining means it's a process of bringing the data from one or more tables. If I have a data in the table 1 and if I have a data in the table 2, if you want to bring the data from the table 1 and table 2, then you have to think about data combining. Without doing data combining, you cannot do it. Without data combining, you cannot do it. And without more than one table, no project exists in the market. No report. 99% of the reports are going to get the data from more than one table. So data combining is that much important. There are two different types of data combinings. One is horizontal combining and vertical combining. We can also call them as a merging and appending. Both are similar. Horizontal combining means merging. If the two tables are having different structure and different kind of data, then we can use horizontal combining. So how can you identify there is a data combining is if the data is coming from more than one table, make sure there is a data combining. You can feel that when the moment you see the requirement, you can feel the data is coming from more than one table. If data is coming from more than one table, keep in mind there is a data combining. And once you decided to go with the data combining, then we need to think about this horizontal combining. Is it horizontal combining or vertical combining? So horizontal combining means there should be different structure between the two tables. There should be different kind of data between the two tables. That also can feel when you get the requirement. And there should be common column between the two tables. At one shot, you can join only two tables. You cannot join more than two tables. So when you join these two tables, there should be common column between the two tables. Common column is required. If you don't have a common column, then you cannot join the two tables. So these are all the types that we are going to use for the horizontal combining. The following are the different types of joins in horizontal combining, that is merging. We talked about this right in Power Query. Inner join, left join, right join, full join. It is used to get only matching records between the two tables. Just go through the Power Query. And left join means it is used to get all records from the left side table and matching records from other side table. And quite opposite to left is right join. Is going to get all records from the right side table and matching records from other side table. And full join is going to get all the records from both of the tables. All records from both of the tables, it is going to get it. The syntax that it is going to have: select from table 1. we can give a alias name. If you have a length of the table name is too much length, sometimes it is going to have. If the number of characters are more for the table name, then we don't need to write the entire table name again and again. If it is a single table, then we don't have any problem. We can say select star from table name in worst case. But if you want to give a alias name, if you want to get the data from multiple tables, then giving a alias name for the table and for columns is very important. Okay, so that improves the performance, that improves the readability. Okay, so because of that reason, we used to give a alias name for that. We used to give a alias name for that. So table 1 as T1. Select from table 1 as T1. And the type of the join we are going to give it. So what type of join we are using, that we need to specify here. And then table 2. For table 2 also we are giving a alias name as a T2. On is common for everywhere. And then join condition. So here if we see join condition, I'm giving T1 dot common column and T2 dot common column. So whatever the common column we are having, by using that particular common column, we need to join the tables. By using common column, we need to join the tables. Okay, so T1 dot star, comma T2 dot star. T1 dot star, comma T2 dot star. So T1 dot star means from table 1 all the columns, and T2 dot star means from table 2 all the columns. You can specify in place of star, you can have a list of column names also. In place of that, it's all depends on your requirement. Okay, so I'm just going to create one database. Okay, so I think I have a database. Okay, I'm already having one database. I'm just going to use that. I don't want to create many databases. Let's use testing. And if these two tables are available, they are going to be dropped. If the tables are not available, that is fine. So I'm just going to create a two tables here. I'm just going to create a two tables. Table 1 is employee table and table 2 is the department table. We know already how we can create a table, and these two tables are created. Now if we execute these two tables, select star from table name, we don't have the data here. So I'm just feeding some sample data. 101, 102, 103, 104 and 105. All these are the employee numbers. And these are all the department numbers because we are following the same order. Employee ID, employee name, salary, gender, and D number. So I'm just going to feed the data into the table. Five rows are affected. The same way in the department table also, I'm just going to feed some data. Now, if we see the data between these two tables, you can identify some sample data here. Now, this is the table 1 and this is the table 2. I wanted to join these two tables. If you want to join these two tables, we need to see structure of the tables. We need to see structure of the tables. The structure of the tables are different. You can feel that. Structure of the tables are different. That is one thing. And the data of these two tables also is different. The first table is having employee details. Second table is having department detailed. The data of the two tables are different. If the structure is different and if the data is different, then definitely you can go for merging. You can go for merging. So merging, we have a inner join, we have a left join, we have a right join, and we have a full join. Something like this, we have it. So that we need to see how we can join the two tables with all varieties of the joins that I wanted to take you through here. Just observe how I'm going to do it. Syntax I'm just going to follow. You have to remember the syntax. If you do some practice, then you can remember this syntax. So without saying that, I'm able to do it because I have done multiple times practice. Select from employee. For this employee, I wanted to give a alias name for this as T1. This is a table 1. I wanted to get only matching records. If you want to get the matching records, we need to use the join type called inner join. We know already inner join is used to get the matching records between the two tables. So this employee table is going to join with the department table as T2. I'm just giving a table name as alias name as T2. On, we need to write a condition here on T1 dot common column is D number equals to T2 dot common column is D number. So this is the syntax that you need to remember. And from here, what you're going to get is from T1, I wanted to take all the columns. And from T2, I wanted to take all the columns. So T1 dot star comma T2 dot star. If you need a specific columns, you can enter the specific columns also. Now you can see here, joins. These three records are matching records. 10, 20, 30. Even if you observe here, these two tables, if you execute and observe the result. For 101, 101 is working in the department number 10. So department 10 is having sales and Hyderabad. Sales and Hyderabad will come to here. Sales will come, Hyderabad will come here. The second record is 102. 102 is working in the department number 20. Second record, 102 is working in the department number 20. Department number 20 details are available. So this HR and Pune will come to here. HR and Pune will come to here. And third record I'm having 103. 103 is working in the department number 30. So department number 30 is available here. Department number 30 is having finance and Chennai. So finance will come to here, Chennai will come to here. When you join the two tables. The next I'm having 104. So 104 is working in the department number 50. 104 is working in the department number 40. Sorry, department number 50. But department number 50 is not available in the department table. So this record will not come into the output. This record will not come into the output. And next record I'm having 105. 105 is working in the department number 60. 105 is working in the department number 60. And this 60 department is not available in the department table. So since it is not available, this also will not come into the output. So these two records will not come into the output is because these two employees are not having the department details. So because of that reason, in our output, we used to see only these three records. Just observe here. If I execute this, now I can see only three records are available. Only matching records. This D number is coming from the employee table and this D number is coming from the department table. And then we have a left join. So left join means all records from the left side table. Once you know about one statement, once you know how we can do it with inner, the same thing you can take a copy and just change from inner to left. Left join. Let's execute it. Now you can see. Left join means left outer or left join is both are same. It's going to give all records from the left side table and matching records from the department table. So in our output, you can see all the employee numbers are available. There are 5 employees are there, 101, 102, 103, 104 and 105. All employees are there. So when I execute inner join, only first 3 records are there in the output. Rest of the 2 records were not there in the output, right? Now these 2 records are also coming is because we have applied left join. We have applied left outer join or left join. Both are same. All records from the employee table, but you can see here we are not having matching values, we are having the nulls. That means if the any record is not found a match in other table, then it is going to take nulls. It is going to take the nulls. So that is about left join. And we are also having a right join. Right join means quite opposite. All records from the department table and matching records from the employee table. So I'm just going to take, in place of left, I'm just going to say right. Rest of everything is same to same, no change. Now you can see here. There are 4 records are there in the department table, so it is taking it. 4 records are there and department number 10 is having a matching record. Department number 20, 30 is having it, but 40th department, if you observe here, the 40th department is not having the employee details. It's not having employees. So because of that reason, it is having here blanks. It is having a blanks here. Okay. So write a SQL statement to get the employee details along with the department details. So this output I wanted to get it. Employee number, employee name, job, department number, D name, and so on. All these things I wanted to get it. So this data is available in a sales underscore DB. Same employee table and department table also available in this database. Select from employee. I can give a alias name for this as initial character of or initial characters of table. I'm just taking a E as alias name. You can take a T1, T2, T3, anything that you can take it. Any characters, anything you can take as a alias name. As E, inner join, department. As D. On, then we need to give a join condition. The join condition is E dot department number equals to D dot department number. So from here, I wanted to take the list of order of the columns. So I wanted to take first employee number and then E name and then job and then department number, then location, and then salary, and then commission. But if you observe here, it is having ambiguity because there are two columns with the same name in two tables. So that means whatever you have used in the from class, in the from class, we are having a two tables. One is employee, another is department table. In these two tables, I have a column called department number with the same naming standard. So it is asking, do you want me to take from this table or do you want me to take it from this table? So it is getting confusion. We need to give a clarity from where it has to take it. So that is what it is. It is going to have ambiguity when there is a same name of the column in both of the tables. So when you use in the from class, you have to care about it. So I wanted to give a alias name. When you give a alias name, then it is going to take the data from that particular table. Let's say, for example, I'm just going to say here E dot. E dot, when I give, then you can see the red mark is gone. So what I wanted to say is when you give a alias name to the column, it will go to that particular table. So employee number, it will go to the first table. Employee name, go to the first table. Job will go to the first table. Department number, go to the first table. Location will go to the first table. Why we need to search the location also in the first table? We know the location is not available in the employee table. Location is available in the department table. So I wanted to make it directly go and take it from this table. So in order to do that, and for better readability, if we have a multiple tables, okay, if we have a 10 joins, and if we don't have a alias name for the column name, then you cannot understand exactly from where it is coming. So the better practice is always recommended. The better practices, readability and performance improvements, we always recommend you to keep alias name for the column name until unless there is a single table. So if there is a more than one table, I always recommend you to have a alias name. So this is coming from employee table. This is also coming from employee table. And this is also coming from employee table. And this is coming from department table. You can see it is showing the name of the column. And this is coming from employee table. And this is coming from employee table. Now, if I execute this, let me execute first statement. Now it is pointing to the sales underscore DB. And let's execute this statement. You can see the result. So this is what we're expecting. Okay. So any question, guys, before stopping?
No, sir.
Okay. So just please do this practice. Okay. So this all is going to be very important for interview point of view and working point of view. You have to concentrate little time on it. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to continue the same joints and we're also going to see the new concept that is, we're going to see, I think we're going to talk about the aggregate functions tomorrow along with these joins. So there are some problems we have to do. Sometimes we need to join and then we need to go for joining. We'll see that continuation. So all the sessions are very important. Thank you for joining. We'll see you tomorrow.